So today is Wednesday. Wednesday is the day I process herbs. We're going to start here. This is oregano. If you notice, I'm starting to get some flower buds on there, so I got to be careful. These are going to want to bolt here, go to seed. Now I'll pick about 20 stems. I do this every Wednesday, so I don't have to pick a bunch at once. Gives me a chance to just work on them throughout the summer, always having fresh, always, you know, taking my time and enjoying what I'm doing here, working with my herbs. You see, I'm taking all the long ones now, and then they'll grow back. Oop, I snipped an extra one. It's all right. And then after I get these, I'll be back and show you what I do next with them. Okay, this is our little back porch area, and actually we use it as a summer kitchen. We have an oven. This is a burner for electric stove. We got an electric smoker. That's what we cook out here. We bake our bread out here, make our dinners, whatever, to keep the heat out of the house, because we don't have an air conditioner, because we don't need it as long as we don't heat it up. But this is also where I hang my herbs. The previous owner had put these lines up here, I imagine probably to hang his underpants on, but I use it to hang my herbs on there and to dry them. So let me get my camera set up here and do a few, and I'll show you how I do it. What I do, I will take a herb here, me and oregano, and I will clip it literally in the teeth there, and this hole here I'll put through the string up here, and then so it'll hang. It may hang at an angle or something, but the idea being is they're free. There's nothing around them, nothing touching them. Now, though I have a window here, I have a big screen on this side, so it's light in here, but not direct light. Sun never actually comes in the room. So even though you're supposed to dry herbs in the dark, this still seems to work pretty good for me. So I'll be back here in a minute and show you a few of them hanging up. Okay, so I've got some hanging up. Like I said, some hang way up over here. That one there will go back up. That's fine. It's sticking up there in the air. And these will sit here, and when I get done, this whole thing will be filled with oregano. And in a week, it'll be dry, and I'll package it up. And we'll be back when we get it all done. So there you go. I've got them all hanging up here, some of them pointing up and some of them down, but it left me some room, which I need. I also want to do some other stuff today. So let's go see what's next. So this is time, and I used to come in here and I just cut one at a time like this. Then I finally realized that was a lot of waste of time, so now I just give it a haircut. Actually, I've cut it down enough that I probably won't do a whole lot today, and I probably won't do any for a couple of weeks to get it caught back up. Yeah, we don't want to put that in there, do we? That's a piece of grass. Imagine that, grass in the garden. Sticks too. So I'll get back with you when I start laying this out to dry. It's a little different than the oregano. I'll be back then. So to dry my thyme, I use an old Nesco dehydrator, and I'm sure most people have seen one of these or something. And I don't use the dehydrator itself. It doesn't work anymore. What I use is just the trays. I leave it out here. We're really dry climate here, but even when I lived in Oklahoma, we were drying stuff just somewhere out of the rain, you know, and in here I don't get any rain or anything. And all I do with the thyme now is I will lay it out, keeping it spaced so it doesn't touch anything else. And I will do a layer, and I'll put another rack on, then I'll do another layer, then put another rack on. And then when I get it done, I take this bottom piece, which is almost solid, it's got a couple of vents, and I will set the stack of racks on this, because this has holes so the air will go up into it. And I put this on the top actually to keep dust and stuff out of it. And it dries perfectly like that. I've not had a problem with not getting enough air or anything that way. And so I do it because I don't want a lot of dirt and dust in here because, well, I don't think you'd actually see it. You'd probably taste it before you'd know it was there. So anyhow, I'll come back here when I get this pretty much done, and we'll see what other herbs I'm going to be processing today. Now, the wife requested that I do some sage for her. She uses it for, she makes a tea out of it, and it's real good if you have a problem with your perspiration creating like an irritation on your skin. A quite common problem. And so if you just make a tea out of sage, dried sage leaves, it will help alleviate that. It's also very good in sausage, and we do make our own sausage and what have you. So, sorry about the arm there. That's one patch. I have two patches of sage. The other one's back in here, and I hope you can see that here in this shady area. And I'm pretty excited about being able to come back here and work instead of out there in the sun. But I'm not going to get too much more here. Ooh. And this is a perennial plant. It's amazing what you can do with it. Comes back every year. You don't have to do that much, and even in this arid climate, it doesn't require that much water. Then I think that'll be enough for now. So let's go hang this up. We'll look at it there. So here again, I will be taking one sage branch, and I will be taking my clothespin and I will clip it on the line and then clip it like that so that it will hang up here. And I got a few to do, so I'll be back here when they're all done and I'll show you what that looks like. This is the sage, the heavier leaf. Behind it is the oregano, the thin small leaves. So this is what I've got up there for that. That's probably all I'm going to be drying today. Like I said, every Wednesday is herb day. I come out and I process. Now what I'll do is next Wednesday, and I'll video that, I will come out here and we will take these off, crumble them up, and process them to put them up for storage to be able to use. And that'll be on the video here in a couple of minutes. First though, I'm going to take you out and show you what other herbs I have, but I won't be processing yet because they're still either too immature or other reasons. So here's the next herb. This is a basil, and I have three types growing, three different types. This is the, wow, they're not very big and they're already getting flowers. You want to keep those picked off if you want them to keep growing, or they'll just flower, seed, and die. These are the Italian big leaf, I think it is, and these are the giant leaves, and these are the Newtons, which is a new thing to me. They seem to be doing pretty good. I've had pretty good luck with all of them, but without a doubt, let me see exactly what this is. This is Italian large leaf, is what this one's called, and this one is the mammoth. This one, you see how big that leaf is. And these are smaller, but I think they're a lot. This Italian large leaf is probably doing the best. Anyhow, let's go look at the next herb. What this one is, yes, cilantro. We'll let it grow until we start making salsa. We don't really care that much for it, but cilantro's pretty good in salsa. On anything else, now we don't really care for it. And here's another one to guess, huh? I wonder what that is. Anyhow, this is both curly and flat leaf parsley. It won't be too long, and I'll be doing probably a cut and come again on these. And that'll give me enough parsley through the year. We're not big users of parsley either. Okay, as you can see, this is rosemary. But where we live, this plant won't be much bigger than this come our first frost. And they will not survive winter here because we get below 0. Actually, if you get below 20 much, these won't last. But if you live in a climate where you only get in the 20s in the wintertime, these will overwinter and continue to grow. And when we were in Oklahoma, we'd have really big plants of rosemary. And then about once every 7 years, we'd get a super cold night and they'd all get killed and we'd start over. But anyhow, so what I do here is I just let it grow, and then come the fall, cut it off, dry it. This is dill. We'll do a few pickles, and when we do, I'll pick that for that. Other than that, we don't really use that one for much of anything either. I think that, well, let me go over and show you some of the other herbs. The lemon balm here. We experimented with that as just lemon flavoring for food, and it's really not very strong lemon flavor, so that's just kind of up to, you know, you can use it in tea with mint, and I do have some mint over there. I was behind the parsley. And then this is hyssop, and we don't really have a use for it. They say it makes a good, I think this was the one that makes a good tea for sore throats. I'll have to look that up again. But then I got chives over there. Yeah, I think that's about it for my herbs. Most everything else in here is probably not considered an herb. I got echinacea. That's coming up. But so I think that about do it. And that's how I process my herbs and what herbs I grow. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so here it is a week later, and there's my, I don't know, it's probably easier to see without my hand behind it, but this is my dried herbs. This will be the sage, this will be the oregano, and then we'll get to the thyme here in just a couple of minutes. So let me show you the procedure here. I'm just going to put you down here so you can see inside of my thing here. And then I will get one here. I take it out of the clothespin, and then I will pull it off of here. Now what I'm trying to do is I want to get the leaves off because the stems are not good eats, okay? To quote Alton Brown, that is not edible. Well, I guess you could eat it, but I don't think it'd be too appetizing. So then the whole idea is I just pull them off with the stems, and they come off pretty easy being dry. And you're going to get a little stem here and there, you know, you just do the best you can. So once I get this is all off, all of them, fill that up, then I will put it into my bag here. This is what I have done so far this year, doing this every week. I don't have a whole lot each week, but it starts adding up. There's the sage I've done this week, and this is the thyme I've done this week. So that's how I do my herbs from beginning to end. When I get these completely off of my clothespins and all of the stems out and I'm packed up, then I'll be back out in the garden cutting the next group to be dried. That's pretty much how you get your herbs all summer long and build up a whole year's supply worth all you know, through one summer. If you just wait and just try to do it all at once, well, first off, you're not going to get as much, I don't think, and I think you're going to, well, unless you have the luxury of having that kind of space. But anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. May the Lord bless you. Y'all take care.